morning, students. The next topic we are going to see is about excess of pressure inside the liquid drop, soap bubble, and also an air bubble. So we are going to consider all these things, liquid drop as well as soap bubble and air bubble. For that, we are going to find what is the excess of pressure. Okay. First, let us consider when the free surface of the liquid is curved, there is a difference in the pressure between the inner and the outer side of the surface. Okay, so if this is a free surface, okay, and if this free surface is being curved either like this or in this way, then there is a difference in the inner as well as the outer. Okay, there will be a difference of pressure. Okay, when the liquid surface is plain is if it is straight like this. Okay, the force due to surface tension, how it is it will be acting tangentially. So tangentially is which is acting outwards. Okay, so this is when the liquid surface is plain. Okay, and it also acts in the opposite direction. So when it is acting in the opposite direction, resultant force is zero. Okay, so therefore in the case of plain liquid surface, the pressure is equal to the vapor pressure. Okay, so when there is any plain surface, inside the pressure and outside the pressure, they are equal. Okay, then here we have the diagram. Since both the surface tension, they are acting in the opposite direction, they cancel each other. Okay, and then next condition is when you consider the liquid surface is curved. Okay, and it experiences a force Ft and also the Ft due to the tensions. Because of the tension, the force exerts, and so we are writing as T. And it is tangent to the surface. So resolve these forces into the rectangular components. We can find horizontal component cancel out while only the vertical components will be there. Okay, so we are cancelling with the horizontal. Only the vertical components is there, and so we get this is a surface. Okay, and this is a tension which is acting in the both the direction. Same way here, this is a tension. So if this is the tension, this will be the resultant side, and so the excess pressure is in the opposite direction. Here this is the tension, this will be the resultant, and the excess pressure will be in the downward direction. Okay, clear? So the resultant force normal to the surface acts on the curved surface. Okay, as I told you, the resultant force normal and it acts on the curved surface. Same way for the convex surface also, the resultant force is inward. Okay, and the resultant force is outward from the center of curvature for the concave. So for the convex, resultant is what? They are inward, and for the concave, the resultant is what? It is outward. Okay, and so the pressure for the concave is greater than the pressure for the convex side. Okay, so here we have the excess of pressure inside the air bubble. Consider an air bubble, and that air bubble has a radius r. Okay, so consider this to be the air bubble. This air bubble has a radius r, tension which is denoted as T, and the pressures, let us write it as P1 and P2. Okay, now if you have to find the change in the pressure, that is written as del P, and that is given by P1 minus P2. Okay, so change in pressure is given by what? P1 minus P2. So this is a surface, this has a radius, and this is a pressure. Okay, and it has a density. Clear? So in order to find the excess of pressure inside the air bubble, let us consider the forces which are acting on the air bubble. Yes, for hemispherical portion of the bubble, considering the forces, so considering only this hemispherical portion, and when you consider the forces here, so when you see with the forces here, force due to the length. Okay, so the length is, we are considering with the circumference, and so we get 2 pi r into T. That is this length into the tension. Suppose when you are considering with the area is what? Pi r square. So that pi r square into the pressure. Okay, so when you are considering with the length 2 pi r, that into the tension. When you are considering with the area, that area into the pressure, that gives you with the two forces. Okay, then next is when you are considering with f of P2. Okay, pressure P2 which is inside the surface, we get P F of P2 which is equal to P2 into pi r square. Okay, now since it is in the equilibrium, we can write all the forces as f of p2 is equal to f of t plus f of p1. Okay, so substitute all the values of f of p2, f of t and f of p1 in this, and so we get p2 pi r square is equal to 2 pi r plus p1 pi r square. Okay, bring this term to other side. Okay, so we get p2 into pi r square minus, because plus will become minus when bringing to other side, p1 into pi r square, which is equal to, this side we have this same term as it is. Okay, so it is 2 pi r into t. In this both pi r square is constant, so pi r square is taken out, so remaining is p2 minus p1. Okay, now both the sides cancel with the value of pi, and one value of r get cancelled. Okay, we have only one r and p2 minus p1. So what is this p2 minus p1? That is nothing but the del of p, that is a change in the pressure. Okay, that is excess pressure. So excess pressure del p, which is equal to p2 minus p1, which is equal to, here we have it 2t, so 2t as it is, then r we are bringing down, so it is 2t divided by r. Okay, so this is a case of a air bubble. Okay, next is we are going to consider a soap bubble. Consider a soap bubble, and this also has a radius r and tension t. Okay, and this also has a two liquid surfaces, one inside the bubble, the other outside the bubble. Okay, and so the force is written as 2 into 2 pi r t. Okay, so the force is written as 2 into 2 pi r t. Okay, and here the force due to the surface tension is given by 4 pi r into t, because we are writing what, 2 into 2 pi r is not, because this is a circumference. Yes, so 2 into 2, which is 4 pi r t. Next is outside the pressure, p1 into pi r square. Okay, same way. Next for fp2, which is p2 into pi r square. Yes, same way, writing with this formula, bringing this value of p1 to other side and taking pi r square common outside, one value of pi and one value of r get cancelled, and bringing r down, so we get excess pressure is equal to 4t divided by r. Yes, same way the next one is, so this is a bubble. Okay, and liquid drop. Consider a liquid drop. This also has a radius r and tension t. Okay, and here is the surface area, and here we have the area. Clear? And in this, the force due to surface tension is given by 2 pi r into t, and for outside pressure, P1 into pi r square, and same way when you consider for inside pressure, it is P2 is equal to P2 into pi r square. Same way this formula, bring this side and cancelling with this value. So 2t divided by r. Okay, so this is the same. This liquid drop is the same as the air bubble. Yes, clear? So this is about the excess of pressure inside the air bubble, soap bubble, and also liquid drop. Clear with this? Thank you.